Alright, we're filming the first feeding of the PerchLand. Usually they feed in a spectacular fashion. It's a frenzy, trying to get as quickly to the food as possible, all of them together competing and sometimes bumping into each other and etc. I usually begin with a larger 2-foot mullet cut up in pieces, and then I'm gonna give him, if it's called for, the Atlantic herring about 6 inches. Some of these pieces are a little too big for the smallest peacock bass, the monocuous. And as you can see, pacu also participate vigorously in this activity. The silver arowana were transferred to this tank yesterday, so I don't expect them to have much appetite, but when I throw Atlantic herring in there, I think they might be able to, they might be enticed to take part. The dead note is trying to eat the piece sticking out of the small pacu's mouth. The pacu wouldn't have it. Same for the Nile perch attempt. He spit it out. Yeah, he picked it up again. I think I'll get down a second portion and we'll pick up from there. That's a little pacu, pretty ambitious, as I said. They're some of the nastiest pacu I've ever had. Totally fearless and brazen and greedy to no end. I think they want to explode from eating so much. That's their plan. Here comes the second portion. I'm gonna let everybody handle their pieces, feed some other tanks, and then come back and finish this one off with 30 or 50 Atlantic herring for everybody. Those are quite easy to swallow as opposed to these big chunks of 2-foot mullet. It looks like only the Timensis peacock bass, the barramundi and the Nile perch are able to swallow the big pieces. They're too big for the monachios like these guys, for the azul, and for dats too. Okay, we're finishing off with 2.5 pounds of Atlantic herring. There's probably about 50 fish in there. Maybe more. Yeah, that usually gets a little messy because it's a smaller fish and it's a soft fish after you freeze it a couple of times. So there's some smaller crumbs and fat in the water, and all of that makes it a little cloudy. But that's the way it goes. I mean, this was pretty subdued. This was the last portion. If you give it to them as the first portion, the water is flying out of the tank. The water is like boiling. Everybody's hitting it so hard as fast as they can.